My name is Kevin Ray, and you're listening to Truckers and Others. Welcome to another episode. Today is Monday. We're having a great time. Everything's going well. I got to work 20 minutes early. Okay, listen, that's not a big deal, but in my world it is. 20 minutes early, because I knew I had paperwork to do. So I was like, I better make sure I get there like extra early so I can get my paperwork done. And I did. I got it all done. I brought coffee with me, drank it. It was good. Didn't forget the coffee today. The only thing I didn't bring was lunch, and my wife was standing there. She's like, "Are you gonna take your lunch?" I said, "No, man, I gotta go." And I ran out of there as fast as I could. I said, "I ain't got time to make lunch," even though I did. It takes 2 seconds to throw meat and cheese and shit in the cooler, and then fill a bag with ice. But I was like, I don't want to, in my mind. So, got to work, got everything done, and then I'm like, all right, what are we doing today? And they said, you're going to the power plant. You're going to be sucking up some coal dust. I said, all right, what truck? That truck isn't here. That truck isn't here. We don't have that truck. That truck is being used by somebody. It's just like, all right. They're like, oh, no, you're supposed to be using the truck that's in Omaha. And I'm like, all right, how should I go about getting the truck from Omaha? They said somebody's bringing it down this morning. So around 8:30, somebody finally showed up with our fucking truck from Omaha. Grabbed the truck, and I'm looking it over. Not everything. I'm not going to be that dramatic. I'm not going to say everything is fucked up on this truck. But there are some items on this truck that are a little fucked up. Okay? And there's like a little bracket that holds the stinger, and it's all fucked up. The one of the little D-ring things is all bent out of shape. And for some reason, this truck ain't got no air. Okay, it's got air, but it ain't holding on to it. All right, well, I was gonna use that fucking hole, you fucking cocksucker. I just want to eat some food, you fucking hose. Would you all watch the fuck out? I'll come in the other way, you fucks. Going around. Yes, I'm going the opposite way through this fucking truck stop here, but it's for good reason. I need a drink. Alright. We're here. We made it. Yeah, so I don't know. It drains the air, like it's got an air leak or something, or the pump isn't pumping at a good enough speed. I'm not sure, but it's all fucked up. And I started recording and I shouldn't have, because I'm about to go in here and get some lunch. So I'll be right back, and I'll talk to you on the rest of the way to the shop about my job that I did today. Well, I was able to get me some lunch, relax a little bit, okay? Let me see here. It's 1:23. So it's a decent day so far. It really feels like still the morning time, which is kind of weird. So, anyways, we had to wait on a truck. The truck finally showed up, and I grabbed it immediately from the guy. I'm having air issues with it. We opened up the back end of it, and there's all this sludge and shit in there because we were gonna throw a couple rolls of hose in the back, but then we decided against it because it's got all this sludge in there. And then the project or the manager, supervisor that I was with, he decided to call up the manager of the job, the last job this was on, and be like, "Hey, man, what the fuck is in this truck? Like, we just need to know because we're going to a power plant, and they don't really like just like any fucking random fucking mess type shit coming up onto their property. And we just want to know what the fuck's in there. Do we need to clean it here at the shop or just let it get mixed in with the shit that we're going to suck from them?" He said, "Oh, just mix it in with them." All right, well, what is it? Well, just mix it in and then just dump it there. Okay. Will you answer our question? What the fuck is this? Well, they had the truck hooked up to a vac box, and they overfilled one of the vac boxes, so some of the material got in the truck. Yes. Understood. What the fuck is it then? It's medical waste. If you see needles in there, don't touch it. Are you fucking with me? Are you fucking with me? So he says, close it, don't fucking with it, don't fuck with it. We're just gonna wash it out there, and then we're gonna be done with it. I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. Doesn't really bother. I mean, I don't like the medical waste part of it, but yeah, whatever. We'll just close it up. We're gonna load all this coal dust and shit on top of it, and then we're gonna go ahead and whenever we're gonna dump on site at the power plant, so it won't be a big deal. We'll just dump it all out over there. So anyways, we get to the site, and we're way behind, but this job did not take very long. As in, it's 1:30, and not even 1:30 yet, and we had an hour and a half delay this morning. And then so we get there, we get everything going. He's like, all right, I need you to go to the third floor here, clean up underneath some conveyors where the coal gets pulled into the building, and then down below there's something called a pulverizer, where I guess the coal gets smashed into a fine dust or something. I'm not sure. I don't know how this shit works exactly. There's a lot of big equipment in there, and some of it you can feel the heat coming off of it, so you just stay away from that parts. And yeah, we went up there. They already had like a hard pipe, like part of the building was there, so we were able to just hook our truck up down below, hook it to the hard pipe that's part of the building, and then it led all the way up to the third floor, right to where we needed it. So that was kind of nice. And yeah, we just sucked a little bit of coal, went down below, had to break everything down, move it around the corner to the other side. And then I don't even know what I left my gloves in one of the pickup trucks, so I had to run over to I parked the truck, got out, ran to go get my gloves, and I come back and they're like, "All right, we're done." I'm like, "What? I just got my gloves." They're like, "Yeah, we're done. Go ahead and pick everything up." I'm like, "Oh, okay." They're like, "Oh, well, there is one little area over there near where you guys are going to be dumping that we'd like you to get. So go over there, and it's just like their fuel island area, but it's like also in with all the coal. So they just wanted to hose off that area into the drain and have us suck it up before it hit the drain. Not a big deal. And I promise I'm building up to something here. Okay. So we're done there, and the guy says, "All right, well, you just head out back the way you went, and go ahead and dump on the left side of the backhoe that's over there. And then whenever you're done dumping, pull over to the right side of it onto the pad, and there's a hose. It's not a very long hose, but it's a hose, and you can hook, just run the hose over there, and you can rinse out the back end of your truck or whatever. And I said, okay, cool. So he's got the hose all pulled out, laid out for me, got it turned on, and he watched me dump, and then he helped me get into position for the washout. He says, all right, well, you're good to go, so I'll see you later. I'm like, all right, see ya. And he leaves. And this is where I'm like, okay, this is what I need. I need to be by myself while I'm rinsing out this truck. Nobody around, nothing going on, nothing weird happening here. And so I open up the back hatch, tilt it all the way up, and I start hosing it out, and it sounds like change. Like pennies, nickels, dimes, quarters are just falling all over the ground. Sounds like I just hit the jackpot at the fucking casino. And turns out the inside of all this, I don't know. I guess I'm gonna go ahead and say it's medical waste, but I don't even know what the fuck it was. Was a bunch of punches. Like somebody used a big punch and punched a bunch of fucking holes in a bunch of steel, different sizes, different thicknesses, and it was all matted into this mud crud shit in the back of the fucking truck. And so I'm over there hosing it out, and I'm like, what the fuck, dude? This is weird. And wouldn't you know it, the guy that's behind me, he's like, you gonna leave all your change here? I'm like, whoa, where'd you come from? He's like, oh, we were just wondering if you were done or not. I'm like, oh, yeah, almost done. And I kept hosing it out, and I didn't realize they were standing behind me the entire time, just watching this giant pile of change build up. It looked like the size of pennies and stuff, but it was just punches. It was, I don't know what the fuck it was. And so that everybody standing there knew, because this truck was not in our possession. It was in Omaha. It was at our Omaha branch for however long. I don't know. It's been a while since I've seen it. And they've had it. So anything and everything that's on or in this truck, I have no fucking clue. And they're wondering, they're like, you didn't suck that shit up here? I'm like, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on. You know, because everybody expects us to bring a clean truck to do a job, especially if you're dumping on site. And then I had to do the side boxes and stuff. And right about that time, the fucking hose just burst. I was trying to pull a little bit more slack out of it, and it fucking boom, and it bursts, and it just starts raining down the whole area that we were at. But yeah, everything ended up fine. They got me a new hose. I continued to rinse that out, and then I go to the side box. I was like, yeah, I really need to get this fucking side boxes cleaned out, but I don't want to with you guys standing next to me, because there's going to be 18 different flavors of fucking material inside these fucking side boxes. I already know it. And it's like, some of this, there's no inhalation hazard. Some of it, there might be great inhalation hazard. So just don't breathe in the dust as I'm fucking hosing this shit down, because as you're breaking it, only a little, not all of it's going to get soaking wet. It's not saturated. It's just breaking apart, and then dust will fly up. And it's like, what the fuck? What's the white shit? What's the green shit? Oh, there's some brown shit. Not the only thing that we sucked up here was the black shit, and I'm barely seeing any of that. But all in all, everything went well. And then I get into the truck, and the guy's like, all right, go ahead and move out of the way. We gotta wash all your change down the drain, or whatever they were gonna do with it. I don't know. And I'm like, okay. And I get in, and my secondary tank is fucking empty. I'm like, all right. And then this truck, the PTO is a little weird. It's on the dash. It's got a work mode and a road mode button. Self-explanatory. And then there's a mode button down here by the gear select that puts it into a secondary gear. I don't know what it is. It just changes it into the PTO mode or blower mode. And then you got to put it in drive, and it'll do a fourth gear lockup. I don't know. It's fucking weird. And to get these to turn off and to get it back into actual regular first gear to drive around, apparently this transmission needs a little bit of air to it. And so I had to sit there, rev the fuck out of this motherfucker. While they were standing behind me wondering what the fuck I'm doing, I'm revving the shit out of the truck. And I'm setting the brake, and releasing the brake, and setting the brake, and releasing the brake, and it's just not helping. Everything's fucked up. I'm looking like a real idiot, and they're like, what the fuck is this guy doing? But we got it. Everything. It was a really easy, simple job that we did today. And now I'm headed back to the shop to, I don't know, I don't exactly want, going home is always a good idea in my mind. But as for my paycheck, it is not a good idea for me to just go home. So I'm thinking about trying to find something else to do here at the shop. If I can make it there. It's a little cloudy and rainy today, and traffic is just at a crawl. It's just been, I haven't even got over 20 mile an hour this entire time I've been on the talking to you guys. I talked to you as soon as I left the place, all the way to the Quick Trip, get me some pizza. The pizza was good. I did a shake test on the first one, then there was a bunch of people standing behind me. I decided not to touch every single slice of pizza. Just, optics, So I just grabbed another one. Luckily, the two that I grabbed were pretty good. And then I grabbed a bag of flaming hot cheddar and sour cream Ruffles. They did something different to those fucking chips, because those chips used to be like the fucking best thing ever. And the last, I don't know, probably 3 times, which is like in the last 3 months that I've eaten those chips, they have been a little fucked up tasting. They used to taste perfect and great, but now they taste like slightly stale. I don't know if they're like, these chips are bad. They're like, just make them flaming hot, and we'll just start shipping those out. Nobody will know. And then I got me one of these fast twitch Gatorade drinks. I feel like I've seen somebody, like some health dude on Facebook, talking about how some of those other energy drinks aren't good, but they were talking about this fast twitch. They're like, it's actually really good for you. I'm like, all right, I'll try those out. And they do taste good, but they're just so small, It's like, I guess it's 12-ounce can, but it's like, it seems like it goes so fast. I have a whole case of water sitting right next to me. I can drink water too, but and that's really about all I got going on right now. Over the weekend we had Mother's Day. I had the kids do some finger painting / regular painting on 3 different canvases for my wife. I think she liked them. I hope she liked them, because that's all she got. I didn't. I could have been a better fucking dad or husband for Mother's Day. I definitely could have. But I was trying to. I was like, what, anything and everything you want done, let me know. And so I cleaned up the house a little bit for her, gave her a nice back rub, we gave her a little finger blast. Everything went really well. I think all in all it was a good time. Took her out to Powell Gardens. We were looking for something to do, but obviously, it being Mother's Day, nobody's going to want to watch the kids for us. And speaking of that, my mother is on a cruise, and my mother-in-law is over in fucking where the fuck, Nashville, or not Nashville, Vegas. So they weren't even around to do anything, which, hey, all right, less shit for me to have to fucking do. So that was about it. My wife, she did take off on Friday night to go see the Aurora Borealis, and she wasn't able to see anything with her regular eyeballs, but with your phone, with your camera on some special setting or something, you could see it. So she got a few cool pictures, but you know, she's like, she didn't even ask me to go. She was just like, hey, I'm leaving. I'm going to get my sister. We're going to go check this shit out. We're going to go drive a little further north to get a little better picture of it. Now, if you could actually see the colors with your naked eye and your naked body, just see it, that'd be cool. But apparently nobody out here in Kansas City or in the surrounding areas was able to see it like that. Everybody had to take pictures or videos or something. So I'm glad I didn't even try it. I didn't even go outside, dude. I didn't even look out the window or nothing. I just said, oh, it's cool. All right. And I just stayed inside. I put the kids to bed, and I played some video games, I think. Watched some YouTube or something. She was a little disappointed. She was like, it's a once-in-a-lifetime chance to see it. And, yeah, I don't know. You had to be further north to see it. My buddy came over, brought me a weed eater. He borrowed my carpet cleaner the other day. He brought that back over. And I was mentioned to him because I've been rumbling around in my head about the licensing process of this truck. Now, obviously, I'm not there yet. I'm not to the point where I'm going to license this thing to drive around on the roads yet because it needs a little bit of work. But you know, I'll bring it up here in a little bit. I think the work has come down to a minimum. Not a minimum, but just a lower amount than what I thought about doing. So, licensing, you know, I've been hearing about all this historic or antique plates and stuff, and I looked it up, and you can you can get personalized, regular, like new style plates that say historic on them. You can get uh, just regular plates with random numbers, and it says historic. Or you can get year of manufacture plates. So if you can find a matching set of plates from 1979, you can put those on your 1979 K10 Chevrolet, and it'll work out. So I called up my buddy, and I'm like, yeah, dude, it'd be so fucking cool to have 79 plates. There is a little bit of a downfall, is that now it's like, hey, look at me. When you're driving around, I have weird looking license plates, so pull me over and ask me about it. And then when they pull you over to ask you about it, you know, because with antique plates there is a limitation. You're only allowed to drive 1,000 miles a year for personal use. Well, I mean, just for just regular driving. And then, but you're allowed to drive to a mechanic shop within 100 miles or something like that, as often as you want. And you can also go to car shows and car cruises and stuff when there's no mileage limitation there. So, I thought that was pretty cool because you know what? I work at a fucking mechanic shop. We have a mechanic shop at my work. So, technically, if I work on my truck every time I drive it into work, or let's say every fourth time I drive it into work or whatever, I don't know, because it's like 60 miles for a round trip. Well, I don't know if they count it backwards, but also on the forums that I was looking at, nobody ever gets a ticket for that. You know, it's just like, but I don't know. I don't know if I want to go through all that, even though that would be less to go through, because then there's no inspection needed. No inspection, no nothing needed ever. You just have to pay your personal property tax every year. So I'm thinking about it. I'm really thinking about it. You're supposed to keep a mileage log book in your truck or in your vehicle at all times. Look at this guy. He's just gonna back across the fucking major road here. What are you doing, dude? Oh, is he delivering? What's he doing? Not sure what he's doing, but it's not me, so good thing. Uh, yeah, thinking about doing that, and then my buddy brought me some 79 fucking plates, dude. Like, how perfect is that? Now he did tell me, he's like, if you decide not to use these, or if you want to just get like the normal antique plates, go ahead and do that. I'm like, all right. But I'm thinking if I get, I don't know. I don't know what I want to do. If I just license it regular, that might be the easiest and the simplest way to do it. Then I just got to go in every 2 fucking years. But you know, there's a reason they let antiques get away with that. Is because these antiques have been around and on the road for however fucking long that it's like, okay, listen, we've collected enough revenue off of that vehicle. Let's go ahead and stop collecting revenue on that vehicle. Is what it should be. And maybe it is. I don't know. But now on to the other. I probably covered this before, but the cab is rusted the fuck out. Okay, like it's rusted the fuck out. Like the floor pans are bad. The cab corners are gone. They are spray foam. Around the windshield on the inside and on the outside is all fucked. So it's like is it worth trying to get new replacement panels and put them all along this whole fucking truck and cut it out and try to get it right, and now the doors don't fit right, and this and now the I don't know. It's a lot of fucking work. And is it worth it buying all these fucking patch panels when I could probably find a whole nother cab at a later date? So that is my goal as of right now, is just get it to run and drive, and maybe do a little bit of custom work to the dash. You know, just get it to fucking go. Get it to go. Get it to be comfortable, and then just drive it around like that for a long fucking time. This guy's having a really hard time getting his fucking gate closed. So that's my plan as of right now. Get the brakes fixed, and I already looked it up. I think it's like 230 or 40 bucks for a new master cylinder and brake booster and the brake fluid and the brake lines, new brake lines. Like 250 bucks. Oh, and new wheel cylinders for the rear. And I don't know, if I have to buy new calipers for the front, that will be another cost. But as of right now, that it's not like that. So I imagine the calipers up front probably do work, but maybe they don't. So yes, not this paycheck, but next paycheck I will be um, purchasing all that shit. Get it all nice and good, like get that truck running and driving. Then I got to find another 33-inch tire. I mean, I really need to get a whole set, but at least one. Because I mean, it's not even really important as of right now because I'm just gonna be putting around my neighborhood while I get it going. So yeah, probably not even get a tire yet. Just it's everything is good, and then I can start working on the wiring and stuff. And yeah, if I drive it to my shop, I'm driving it to the shop to work on it. Um. Anyways, I'm at my yard now, and I'm trying to get this fucking bullshit motherfucker. Yeah. Power steering in this. Obviously, it has power steering, or else I wouldn't be able to turn this fucking guzzler steering wheel. But it's not very good. It's a workout. It's got them heavy haul tires on the front, so they're big motherfuckers. Whew. Got it. Gonna fuel this up and go look for something else to do, and I'll be with you before the end of the day. All right, we're headed home. Having a good time. Watch out for these motherfuckers passing people on. I'm passing them on the right, and other people are trying to cut me off to pass him on the right too. It ain't no good, man. Uh, yeah, just got back to the shop, filled up the truck, parked it, told the mechanics all the problems I'm having with the truck, and then I dumped some trash and some scrap metal in our bins out back, and then went around and started fucking with some other people while they were working up top on the hill. They were cleaning some frac tanks. I don't know anything about those frac tanks. I guess they were out on some other job site and they decided to bring them back to our shop to clean them, get them off of the job site. So I went over there and I fucked around with them for a while. Just start poking people's bellies, calling them names until they decided they were done working. And then I came back down and just hung out in the shop for a little while. I went and I saw my boss. I'm like, hey man, what you got? He's like, let's go find something. I was like, all right, cool. He's been acting like I'm strung out lately, but I'm like, he's like, calm down. I'm like, I feel like I am pretty calm. I don't understand what you're talking about. He's like, calm down. I'm like, okay. And so I just walk away from him. I'm like, I don't know what else to do here. He's like, you need to calm down. Like, I don't know. I think he's fucking with me. He does that, but you can't. He used to be a cop, so he's got a sense of humor, but it's like a weird sense of humor. It's like, I don't know. It's kind of like me. It's kind of like what I got going on. Sometimes people think I'm serious when I'm just joking around, but it's usually like a funny subject, and he's just like, I don't know. It's a different type of sense of humor he's got, and I'm like, I can't tell because you're my boss. Also, it's like, are you seriously about to fire me, or are you just joking about it? Because like you could actually do it if you wanted to. But no, everything's fine. Just nothing else going on. Decided to go ahead and take off. This dumb motherfucker flew up right behind me and then went around me and then realized that lane's in him and then now he just cut me off. Motherfucker. Alright, two could play at that game, you fucking cock. So, yeah, just headed home now. Gonna go home and, I don't know, beg the wife to let me buy some parts for the truck, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what I got going on. I think really I need to wait until Thursday. We get paid on Thursday, and I don't know. We still got some more big checks that are not related to like my hourly wage coming in. We got a bankruptcy overdraft payment coming back to us, and we got my brother. My brother has worked for us for now a year. So now I'm waiting for the check for the referral on him to come in. Should be pretty nice. There's a Q50, an Infinity Q50 or Q60. I don't forget what that is now. I was obsessed with them there for a while. Because I probably even brought it up to you guys. It was a while back though. Thought about putting everything I have into getting an Infinity. You know, my life would have been fucking horrible if I was driving around in an all-wheel drive 3.0 Super Sport Infinity right now. It would be a fun car, but it's like, it's just a fucking car, dude. Now I got me a square body. And an Infinity, that thing was going to cost me like 17, 18 grand for a fucking shitty one. And I mean, just like $2,500 to $3,000 for a fucking square body. Boom, you're doing better off and way cheaper. Man, it's like super cloudy looking. It looks like it could be a storm coming in, but I think it's just rain, which is nice. I got my yard has been mowed. So I'm not worried. It can rain. It can rain a little bit. That's okay. But man, trying to keep up with the lawn, with the weather, and my schedule has not been easy lately. Especially if I have free time at home. I don't want to be, if I have free time at home, I need to be out there messing with that fucking truck. I should go out there tonight and try to start taking some of the brake parts apart and seeing if maybe I can take some of those new parts off of my list. But I'm pretty sure I'm just want to get a new booster anyways. Get a new booster and a new master cylinder. That's like, I need that. And those need to be replaced. The ones I got on there right now are not good. Not good at all. So I need to get one. Get those two parts for sure. The brake lines is the other part that I don't know if I need to replace them or not. I need to take the rear wheels off again and get those rear drums banged off and check out the fucking I need to replace those wheel cylinders back there for sure. So wheel cylinders are on the list. I guess the only thing on my list that I don't really think I might need is the brake lines. But it's like, man, wouldn't it be nice to just have all new equipment? Man, it would. And then there's like there shouldn't be any question on if anything's not working right. Like, oh, this ain't working right. Well, everything's new, so everything should work right. But I guess if I just replace all those parts, and then if something's still not going right, then I just need to replace those other parts too. I don't fucking know. I need these brakes to fucking work, okay? If I can get the brakes to work, well, I don't know. I guess I'll know if the brakes are going to work good or not with the truck off. But, you know, I need the truck to be on for the booster to do its job. And then might have to chase down some vacuum leaks. Hopefully not. The car that's on that manifold right now is pretty good looking. Looks to be newer. So hopefully I don't have to buy another carb, even though I've thought about it, or getting a rebuild kit for the one. But I know it's a pain in the ass to rebuild those. There's just a lot of small little pieces, and a little piece of dirt in the wrong spot can really fuck some shit up. So maybe there should be, well, I don't know, it's an Edelbrock, but I think there should be like a little fuel filter inside the carb right there at the front where the fuel line comes in. So it would be cool to kind of take that fuel line off and check that little tiny fuel filter. But the inline fuel filter that's right outside, like running like along the valve cover right there, it looks good. Then fuel pump, the start, something's going on with the starter. I need to get a battery for it. I don't know if I should get it running first or get to work on the brakes right now. It's like get it running good and make sure it runs real nice. But I don't know. I think that's gonna go ahead and end it for today because I don't know. I need some more crazy shit to happen so I can give you guys some good content. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this here. Have a great day. Keep all 18 down. I'll be with you soon. Bye bye.